Some new information about recent ISIS-inspired attacks in Europe. An investigation into the train attack in Germany indicates the 17-year-old suspect acted alone. Officials say video posted by ISIS is authentic. The teen is seen on the video claiming to be a soldier for the terror group, making threats before the attack. The suspect from Afghanistan was in Germany asking for asylum. He injured 5 people with an axe and a knife before police fatally shot and killed him. Joining us now, Jonathan Schanzer, Vice President of Research at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, a former terrorism analyst at the Treasury Department. So the investigation says he acted alone. Do you buy that?
Well, we've been working with FDD's Long War Journal. Our analysts there have been watching this story, and we're not convinced that that he was acting alone. It was very quickly that the Islamic State posted that claim of responsibility on the site. The fact that it happened in such a short period of time suggests that they were potentially prepared for this. Look, the claim for responsibility as well was a very fluent one. This is a guy that didn't really seem to be new at this, that he really had been thinking about these issues and talking about them for quite some time, which is another indication that he may have really had some training. Well,
and just the fact that ISIS posted a video from him, I mean, you don't turn that kind of thing around in the snap of a finger.
Right. I mean, at the very least, it would suggest that there was someone who was close to him that had close connections to ISIS, and that they would have sent it on as soon as the attack took place.
The fact that he's in Germany asking for asylum raises all kinds of questions about the immigration programs, not only in Europe, but here in this country.
Well, look, what you're pointing to is the fact that it is extremely difficult to vet these people, that a lot of the refugees that are coming in right now, you don't have good documentation. They're leaving Syria with nothing more than the clothes on their back. And so how do you ask for a full background check? How can you get at where these people have been in the past? It's extremely difficult. Look, there's a question of what the right thing is to do, which is trying to alleviate the suffering of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. But then on the other hand, it's the challenge of trying to protect your own society from things like this, which are admittedly, small numbers, but still very much a threat to society.
Because this was a 17-year-old boy. I mean, if you're just watching him come through the line, you normally wouldn't think somebody like that could be a threat.
That's right. And obviously it raises questions about where he studied before, where he had traveled. I think, people talk about this idea of radicalization as if, it's a passive event. It's often the case that people are studying these things over time and eventually decide to take action.
Meantime, just about an hour ago, the Treasury Department announced some financial crackdowns on agents of al-Qaeda inside Iran. You think that's very telling?
It is. I mean, when I worked at the Treasury Department 10 years ago, the Treasury was doing this. They have a consistent track record of pointing out al-Qaeda's activities inside Iran. Obviously, it flies in the face of this idea that Sunnis and Shiites can't cooperate. When you have, al-Qaeda operatives working there, it does suggest that they're a mutual enemy of the United States is something that they can cooperate on.
And this is as this administration is trying to sell us on the Iran nuclear deal.
That's right. And they are clearly aware of the fact that these 3 high-level Iranian individuals are there, and we've known this for a long time. The 9/11 Commission report talked about how the al-Qaeda operatives from that attack traveled through Iran. So we've known about this for a long time, and yet we continue to hear from the administration that Iran is potentially moderating or that it's a partner on this nuclear deal. Very tough to believe.
Jonathan Schanzer, Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Thank you.
Thank you.